This August, the rhythm returns. The Toronto Pan-African Film Festival is back, and louder than ever. It's Rhythm, the heartbeat of Black music and storytelling. Experience the powerful fusion of film and music that honors the creativity and impact of Black musicians worldwide. August 14th to 17th, from the Black Carpet Gala in Little Jamaica to free screenings, panel vibes, and the grand finale brunch with media mogul Phillip Scott. Get your tickets now at tpaf.com. The Toronto Pan-African Film Festival 2025. Feel the rhythm, live the story.
You've tried it your way, but you're still in debt? Or maybe you're doing okay, but want to invest smarter, grow faster? MillionaireX.ai gives you real step-by-step strategies to ditch debt or stack wealth. Stop dreaming and start planning. Visit MillionaireX.ai today. I want you to be the next millionaire next door.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
Let's stop acting like we don't see how this game is played. If you tired of folks throwing shade with a smile and keeping you boxed in with that slick behind-the-scenes racism, it's time to upgrade your survival skills. See, Phillip Scott dropped more than just knowledge. He handed you a playbook with passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy. This ain't the in-your-face kind. This is that sneaky, office space, let me block your blessings type of racism that'll have you questioning your own reality. It's time to call it what it is and arm yourself with the facts. But baby, don't stop at just peeping the system. Break those mental chains too. That's why you need 7 steps to decolonize the mind. This is about freeing yourself up top, walking in confidence, and letting the world know your mind is not for rent, lease, or layaway. It's time to reclaim your power step by step. So don't just watch, take action. Click over to Amazon.com, type in passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy and 7 steps to decolonize the mind, and secure both books for yourself, your crew, and anybody ready for that mental liberation. La Sherika said it, now go do it. Invest in your freedom. Pick up both books today on Amazon.com. Trust me, your mind will thank you.
I don't spend my money at the club. Everything I want is provided for me.
Biggest misconception about you? Nothing. It's all true. It's all true. It's all true. If you hear something, believe it. You want to get married now? Do you feel like you're that? No. It is my choice. It's by choice.
Who inspires me? Me. Yes. Me. Yeah. They inspire me, those two you mentioned.
I date mostly like married men, because I don't have that type of time for you. Oh, yeah. And you are married, you don't have that type of time for me.
What do you think it is that the wives are not doing?
I love this question.
They're not really being loved properly. When you stay with someone for so long and you feel like, oh, I don't really have to do much. Don't ever be comfortable around a human being. They can switch.
His wife, one day I just see my 11 o'clock, I'm like, okay. She's like, my husband can't control himself, and you as a woman, you can't. I said, Mama, you can't even speak English. Like, I can't even understand. Like,
yeah, I can even speak English because of that's why.
Yeah.
I don't even speak English sometimes. I wouldn't say it was a sugar daddy or a blaster. But I had a thing with someone that was giving me a lot of money.
Every day he was sending me money for lunch.
Every day is when you go to work?
Exactly.
Shout out to the slay queens who are getting their thing without having to sell a thing,
Yeah.
Trust me, you can get whatever you want, once you put your mind to it.
Watch Slay Queen only on the African Diaspora News Channel app.
From November 14th to 21st, we're inviting you to join us for a powerful trip to Ghana. This isn't just a vacation. This is a chance to walk through the same places where many of our people were captured, held, and shipped off into slavery. So don't wait. Secure your spot today. We're making history by walking through it. Will you be with us?
In H-Town, we want news that speaks truth, just like we do.
ADNC keeps me informed and him inspired.
We've been through too much to trust mainstream media. This feels like us.
From the D to the diaspora, ADNC is how I stay woke. We binge ADNC like it's Netflix, but smarter.
They speak on us, but never for us. ADNC does.
No fluff, no filters, just the truth, daily.
From Wall Street to 125th, we're watching our news.
Download the African Diaspora News Channel app today to stay connected to the culture.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us on the stream tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button, put on my watch. Make sure you click the like button. That's easy. That's free. It don't cost nobody nothing. It's free 99. Tell your friends, tell your family. I appreciate it. You know, today I was in the dealership, and I want to give a shout out to the brother. What's his name? Brother named Kingsley. Yeah, met a Nigerian brother. Man, he watching us before we even became African Diaspora, right? He watched me from a long time ago. I said, oh, man, from the way back in the gap when I was by myself doing it all. I said, yeah, man, I watched you from that long. So I said, all right, man, it was great talking to the brother and all of that. You know, like I told y'all, I meet people all over the place, man. It's nothing but love. I have not met nobody that had no ill will, no matter if they was from the continent, the Caribbean, if they Black American, if wherever. I've met Arabs that love the show before, you know, Arab family. I never forget that family. And just Asians. I've met all kind of people. So, you know, don't believe the hype in a comment section. I always tell y'all that, because when you get in the real world, you know, people appreciate you a lot more, right? And yeah, I still think about that. One time I thought that was cool because I never had that before. I went to Papa Do's one time, and they had this actually it's a Latina waitress. She recognized me, and then she said she liked the show, and then she ended up telling and say, hey, you ever seen this show? Then the manager in the back knew who I was too. Man, they gave my whole family ate, and the bill was kind of up there. Man, they gave me 50% off. Boy, that was the nicest thing I ever had before. So people are cool that they watch this platform. Another story I could tell y'all. I was on the Delta Airlines, and they had a sister that recognized us. They watched the show. So we did, at that time, the premium seats. But she said, oh, man, Phil, look, I'm going to give you whatever they getting over there in Delta 1, you got it. So look, you getting this. You and your family. Don't worry about it. I'm going to take care of you. I'm like, all right, my sister, you know. So, yeah. But, you know, this is the thing. I don't ask for anything from nobody. I don't know why I'm telling y'all that story. I'm not asking for anything from nobody. I don't. But what I'm saying is, when you hear people or see people saying things or whatever, it's more good people out there than bad, okay? From my experience over these 13 years. So now tonight, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, we're going to talk about the Black Misleadership class tonight out of Baltimore. And I'll give Kellen a shout out for sharing this. Kellen shared this news story with us, and I'm like, oh, man, it pissed me off because y'all don't know. I have a very, very, what's what I'm looking for? I loathe the Black Misleadership class and the Black pastors in this country. I believe those two entities right there, when I say misleadership, I'm talking about the politicians, right? I'm talking about all your Democrat politicians in these cities. They all set up. We got all this Black representation, right? We have never had this much Black representation ever before. And we're worse off in a lot of ways than we was when we didn't have all this representation. So we want to get into that tonight. The story out of Baltimore that was covered on ABC News. We definitely want to talk about that because I'm going to piss some people off tonight. And I don't care. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to piss you off. I'm here to make you think. All my critical thinkers that's here, you gonna get what I'm saying. So we be talking about that tonight. Also, like I said, once again, thank you for downloading the ADNC app. And I tell y'all, that supports us directly, okay? When we dealing with issues and problems, like on Facebook, for instance, we're dealing with on our AfroWire AI platform on Facebook. We got a page over there, too. Got this one company called Viral DRM that has filed 3 copyrights on us for something that's fair useful. And the funny part is that channel not even monetized. It's got started. And you filing something? So I don't take too kind to companies doing that. So we gonna fight that and we get that fixed. But trying to disrupt what you're doing, that's why it's very, very important to support our app, because ain't nobody can disrupt our app like that. Not easily. I'm not saying it couldn't be, but not easily. So we own that. So make sure you support us on there. Like I said, at minimum monthly is $9.99 a month, like 31 cents a day. And I greatly appreciate everybody who are there. Like I said, because like I said, I don't have to have a lot of people. I'll take everybody. I will. But like I said, we can just get at least, I always tell people at least minimum 10,000 members on our app. Of course, we'll take 100,000, 200,000, but even 10,000. Like I said, man, we didn't want at that point. We literally didn't want. And, we're slowly growing, but that's always how we have done in this platform, slowly grow. It's always been the tortoise and not the hare for us. From the beginning of this channel all the way to now, it's been the tortoise and the hare. I remember NBC Universal one time, long time ago, hit me like the same way. And they was going to take down this particular channel. And that's how I learned to fight the copyright stuff. So I'm an OG in this. So I definitely will, fight back on a whole lot of things. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Ghana trip. If you're going to go to Ghana or want to go to Ghana, make sure that the link is in the pinned comment. Come on with us to Ghana. Have a good time. It's about a week, November 14th through the 21st. Like I said, you can make $199 down and then make your payments. And then, hey, come on with us. So let's go ahead and get started tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, this won't be one of those videos that's just about drama. There may be some drama in it. But it won't be about drama because I understand, and I'm already kind of having it in my head. It's not going to be one of those 100,000 view videos because here's the thing. Part of this stuff is entertainment, and I have to understand that too. People really don't want the full education like they claim they do in the comment section, because this is why you have so much lowbrow content from a lot of people, is because that's what you want to see. You're viewing this as entertainment, and that's okay. So I try to say, can we do infotainment? Or sometimes we may have to get past the entertainment and get serious. And sometimes for me, pissing you off may be the best thing I can do to get you mad, right? Because I'm going to get some of you mad tonight. Now, your Black Misleadership class in Baltimore, let's talk about them. Let's get started with them first before I play any video. Let me go down here. Where are we at? All right, let's start off in Baltimore. Who's the mayor of Baltimore, Maryland? All right. Mr. Brandon Scott, Mayor Scott. He is the mayor of Baltimore, Maryland. And clearly you see Mr. Scott here is a black man. All right. So this is what we see. All right, cool. Now, let's move on to the City Council of Baltimore, Maryland. They have a total of 15 members in the Baltimore City Council. Now, of course, you see the council president. This is Mr. Cohen here, and then you got Mr. Parker here. Then you got Danielle McCrae, Ryan Dorsey. Then you got Mark Conway and Isaac Schliffer. If I'm saying it right, but Yitzy is his nickname. You got a Sharon Middleton, James Torrance, a Paris Gray, John T. Bullock. Let's see, Miss Porter here. Zach Blanchard, Mr. Jones, Mr. Glover, and a Miss Ramos. Now, out of the 15, there's 15 of them on the city council, okay? 9, I counted 9. 9 of them are black. So it's safe to say Baltimore has a pretty good black representation You know, this black representation that a lot of y'all, you know, in the Boule class tell us as black people we need more black faces. We need representation. That's what we need. And the Democrat Party is the only party that gives us the representation. And yes, this is a Democrat city ran by a lot of black people. Understand that Baltimore, Maryland has a lot of black folk in Baltimore. Okay. Now, you would think if there was a good world we were living in, or a good country we're living in right now, we would think with all this black representation that we have on this screen here, right, that we see, this definitely black representation, you would think Baltimore, Maryland would be one of the best cities for black people. Okay, we got a black mayor, we have a lot of black folks on the city council here. You know, surely they're going to look out for black people at minimum. And we're not saying that they don't look out for everybody. That's not what I'm saying. But what's been happening in this country is black folks aren't looked at all, and everybody else is prioritized. Definitely white folks prioritized. Let me make sure I say that. White folks is at the top, and they get all the priority. Black folks don't get none, even with this so-called representation, okay? But realistically, if this was all Hispanic and the mayor was Hispanic, Hispanics would be okay. If this was all Asians, Asians would be okay. If this was all East Indians, they would make sure that East Indians are okay. But when we have this so-called black misleadership in our community, we get nothing. And it's been repeated over and over and over and over again, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I want to give you that before we play anything. I wanted you to have those pictures in your mind. Now, I'm going to play this report from NBC News. Certain parts I had to cut. I'm going to stop at certain points. The reason why I'm stopping is because of legal reasons, right? When you are playing other clips, you need to stop them and give commentary so it's truly a review, reaction, etc. That is the copyright law, okay? That's why you see me stopping clips. I want you to know that, just so you know. Other people don't do it. Other people don't get the scrutiny I get. So when you get to certain points, you get scrutinized a little more. When I was at 10,000 subscribers, nobody even cared about me. I'll be honest with you. When I was at 5,000 subscribers, nobody cared. But when you get to this point, and the more you grow, the more eyes are paying attention to you. So you got to do things a certain way. All right? I just wanted to give you that education, because sometimes you may not know, and I'm just being transparent, why I will stop reports and just start talking. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead on and get here. And shout out to the sister that did this report. I want to make sure to give her a shout out for that. Let me go ahead on and cue this up. And we definitely going to be stopping at a certain point.
That's where we used to gather to bring the family together.
For 70-year-old Benita Anderson, this Baltimore house became a safe haven, a place that her 5 children and 8 grandchildren could call their own. But a cancer diagnosis in 2020 changed everything.
When I started feeling better, that's when I got the mail.
Benita was already struggling with mounting bills. Then it was a letter from the city of Baltimore letting her know she owed about $5,000 in back taxes from the last year.
That's what I paid. But they say they applied that to other tax years versus applying it to the year that it was for.
By 2022, the city of Baltimore put a lien on Benita's house that was then auctioned off to the highest bidder.
Take me back to that moment when you realized that you would be losing your home.
I sat and I thought, I said, oh my God, I'm 70 years old and I'm homeless.
Benita is one of many across the country who found herself highballed, facing disproportionately high property tax bills and ultimately losing her home at a government sale. Benita's old neighborhood.
Okay, before we get into that, all right. So, 70 years old, and to say she's 70 years old, she do not look 70 at all. She don't. Boy, I tell you, God has really blessed us. He really has, right? We don't look nothing like our age. Anyway, 70 years old and homeless. Was thrown out of her home that her, and usually at her age, probably her deceased husband worked for, right? And as black people, nobody give us anything. They don't. to me, it's a sin and a shame to be throwing out somebody out of their home. And this is the thing what they're doing. This is properties that are paid off. This isn't like mortgage payment kind of stuff. No, this is actually paid off. Paid off properties. She had a cancer diagnosis, and anybody knows in this wicked country, the medical system is for profit. It's not for healing. This is why think about it. The doctors cannot tell you we're going to cure you of this disease. They can't legally tell you that because they're not focusing on cures. They're focusing on just sustaining things. Maybe some things will work and you can get rid of it, but they're not really. Because think about it. We're talking about the situation with cancer, right? All this modern technology, and you haven't figured that out yet? No, you don't want to. And I'm pretty sure you got it, the cure somewhere, but you're making more money on the treatment. You're not making more money. Oh, okay, you got this, boom, we're going to give you this, and this is the end of it. Because I know how wicked these people are. Let me tell you something. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad has said in Message to the Black Man is that these people are a capitalistic and commercializing race of people, and they will do that to their own people just to make $1. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was right about that. When I read that, that floored me. Everything they do is about making $1, all the way down to a piece of dirt on the ground. They want to figure out how I can make $1 out of it, and I don't care who I got to harm, their life got to go. I don't care, even if it's their own white people. They do not care. That's how they are. And what the scriptures teach, the love of money is the root of all evil. This is why they do so much evil, because they love money. That's the root of it. That's why you don't love money. Money is a tool, definitely, but money is not nothing you love. You don't obsess over money, because that is the root of all evil. And that's why they have done so much evil in the earth, and they're doing evil today, because they love money. I don't care what you say, you cannot outrun the scriptures and the universal truth that come from the scripture. So for them, loving money, and that's why they can do evil things. See, when you love money, you don't have no morals. You would do anything. You would say anything. You would sleep with anybody for money, whether it's male or female. You would do things that's so immoral to people, you don't care, because you're doing it for money. And that's why when you love money, hell is your home, because you're doing so much evil on the earth. You're going to have to pay with hell. I know the modern preachers don't like to teach about hellfire and brimstone, but that's where a lot of you evil people going. Do you think Epstein went to heaven or something? You got the most evil people talking about thinking they're going to go to heaven. No, you're going to go to hell. You're going to burn. That's in the scripture. Loving money like that. It's okay to make money. It's okay. But when you crossing the line, when you committing sin and unrighteousness and doing people wrong just to get $1, no. You ever heard that statement, not all money is good money? If you got to violate the 10 commandments at minimum to get your money, then you should not want that kind of money. Now, remember what I said. Let me go back to what I showed you earlier. So you don't forget. Let me go back down. Hold on. I want to make sure I'm right. Black leadership, okay, and then the woman losing her home, black mayor. Now, I read y'all said he was on the city council. He wasn't no good. He's definitely no good now. You ain't got to tell me that, because I see this in this video, okay? So let me get back to where I was at. Hold on. Where we at? Okay, cool. So you work so hard, you lose your home, which land, homes, is part of generational wealth that you could pass down to your family, right? And they're still taking things away from black people. Now, let me play another clip, because I got something else to add, okay? Then let me go ahead and get back to my clip. Where we at? We up here.
As an example, where 97% of residents are black, and the typical tax bill is around $3,800. A few miles away in the majority white Baltimore neighborhood of Cross Country, homeowners tend to pay lower taxes, but their homes are actually worth 50% more.
So the black neighborhood, the homes are worth 50% less than the white neighborhood up north. they're paying more taxes on homes that are worth less, and white people's homes are worth more, and they still paying less than the black folks by maybe less than $100. But this is your black representation that all of the boule like to run around talking about we need. She looked like me. He looked like me. Y'all, hearing that for me at this point just pisses me off. I'm so tired of these so-called people that look like me. I'm tired of them because all of them, let me tell you who they really are. All of them are freaking Steven from Django. All of them. I will say this, and I don't care what you say. Prove me wrong. 97% of them are Steven from Django Unchained in this country. I'm talking about all over this country. 97% of them. Notice when they get in these positions, our life don't get better. Our life sometimes gets worse when they get in those positions. Let me tell you something, what I figured out. People have told me, Phil, why don't you run for office? You got good ideas. Let me tell you why I don't do it. In order to get in office in this system, as a black person, I have to be willing to sell you out. Now, I'll be paid handsomely for selling you out. My family be good, man. I'll take great vacations. Man, I'll be living good at your expense. As long as I'm selling you out. But if I get in that position and I try to say, oh, no, then white folks up north, they're going to be paying higher taxes. Because they not being charged right. They're not paying their fair share up north. And these black folks, they're going to get a reduction in taxes because why are they paying as much as... No. We about to flip this. Oh, say, oh, no. He too radical. What's going on? Well, what is he doing? You understand what I'm saying? These black politicians are here to keep the status quo going. The status quo means white at the top, black at the bottom. That's the status quo. And you'll be paid handsomely. Listen, let me tell you something. You remember Django? Stephen was more zealous about the plantation than even Calvin Candy was. Stephen hated black folk more than Calvin Candy did. Remember when he said, okay, yeah, he gonna have to stay in the house. You gonna let him in a big house? He gonna let him on the sheets? He was mad that you gonna let a black man in the big house. That's no different than these black politicians. All of them are Stephen at this point. I said all of them. I didn't stutter. Y'all don't do nothing for black people. And then the funny part is other groups, when they get in position, they do something for their people. If Hispanics run a town, they do something for their people. When Asians run something, they do something for their people. Everybody do something for their people except you. You won't be nothing but a sellout and a bootlick on a plantation. Y'all still run around here talking about the first black this, the first black. I'm so sick of hearing the first black. Be the first black that got reparations done. Be that black. Be the first black that made sure black folks wasn't kicked out their homes. Be that first black. Be that first black person to end mass incarceration in your town, your city, your state. You be that first black to do it. I'm so sick and tired of y'all talking about the first black. That's the most lowbrow thing ever. I'm the first black. Look at me. Who cares? It's stupid. And a lot of us, I say us as a collective, it don't matter if some of us get it, it's a collective of people. A lot of us have went along with that for way too long. The first black this, the first, ooh, look at her. Ooh, she got him told. Ooh, Jasmine Crockett got him told. Jasmine Crockett haven't done no legislation to say, man, Jasmine really stood on business for the community. She got this passed. It was her bill. Angela also Brooks, that's from up there, the senator. Ooh, she got that taken care of. No, she's talking about LGBT and immigration. That's what Senator also Brooks is fighting about. Not fighting for nothing for black Americans. But hey, guys, we got black representation. Isn't that nice? Now, LGM down there say black skin, white man. Yes. Let me tell you something. I know you're not going to like what I'm about to say. I understand why some Africans on the continent called us Mzungu. I get it. And I never understood why in Kenya. I said, why would you say that? And the explanation was, well, you're black like us or African like us, but a lot of you move like the white man do. A lot of us do. We move just like him. That class surely move like the white man. They want to be the white man. Sell us out. They come to us, hey, brother, vote for me. Hey, sister, vote for me. And then they act no different than them. But at least the white man take care of himself. I can't fully say you act like the white man. Because the white man at least taking care of his community. Well, he taking care of an illusion of it. Because when the big, beautiful bill come online fully next year, you're going to hear a lot of white people crying. Because the white man can't stand poor white people. He can't stand them. But that's his issue and his problem. I don't care about that. I'm talking about us. Vote for this and vote for that when you ain't done nothing for black folk. Like Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately? You haven't done anything to help out black people. And I'm tired of it. And I'm going to point this out because I have to. This is another Democrat-ran city. I thought the Democrats were our friends. I thought they would take care of us as black people. I thought that all the threat was Republicans. Well, there's no Republicans running that city. So why is black people being thrown out of their home? Why are black people paying higher taxes and their homes are less in value than the white people across town over there whose homes are worth more because they white, not because the homes are better, because they white? Why is it that their homes are worth so-called more and they're paying less in taxes? With 9 black folk out of 15 on the city council and a black mayor. But that's your representation. That's your Democrat representation right there. But let's continue. Let's continue.
This is a nationwide pattern, causing thousands of people in communities like Bonita's to lose their homes each year. We found on average, people in those neighborhoods pay disproportionately high property taxes compared to those in majority white neighborhoods, at times even in the same county.
All right. So this is why I talk about systemic racism and economic racism. I don't care if you call me the N-word. I got plenty of words for you back. I care more about that kind of racism, where you're charging me higher taxes because I'm black. And because you're white, you don't pay as high taxes. And this is being done, as they say, nationwide. Let me tell y'all something. Get pissed off with me if you want to. I don't care. When I said, all right, man, all right, it's enough with all that talking about the African immigrant and the Caribbean immigrant, any kind of immigrant in the diaspora. We done that enough. It's enough of that, okay? The reason why I said that is because we have some real issues happening in this country to black people done by other FBAs who are part of the black misleadership class. Yes, you're roasting them. Yes, you're talking about hairlines and must and all that. And that's okay. Some of that can be funny or whatever at times. But like I said, let's get back to business. Business is what we're talking about right now. Let's call it what it is. That city council ain't full of Africans. That mayor isn't Caribbean. If you look at most of these politicians in America, they are black American. They have a few Caribbeans, a few Africans, sure, but the majority of them are black Americans who's selling us out. The CBC, that's a lot of black Americans on there. They got a couple of Caribbeans, a couple of Africans, you doggone right they do. But the biggest issue has been our own people. Go all the way back to slavery. The reason why we was enslaved so long, because this same group right here was back in slavery keeping us on the plantation. Hey, they trying to escape. Hey, they planning to revolt. Hey, they planning to do this. That's why. Do you think this sellout class just popped up in 2025? A lot of people think all your ancestors was just courageous group of people. No. Some of them were cowards. Some of them were sellouts. And they have no problem selling you out for a dime. Well, Phil, they disrespecting us, man. Man, look, they better worry about ICE. That's their problem, ICE. We can't have our mamas, our grandmamas being thrown out of their house for $3,500. And you got so-called black representation. We're paying higher taxes in these cities where we live. In cities we built, the country we built, and yet we being treated this way in the country that we built. That's why I said fighting with them immigrants, that's punching down. We need to be punching in our weight class. Like this stuff, that's our weight class we need to be fighting. I don't care if you don't like it. It's the truth. There's no reason somebody work their whole life and lose their stuff. And these are black people that's in our community. Let's continue.
It's a story our colleagues heard across the country.
We are like up the creek with nowhere to go, no help, nothing.
Just keep praying and asking the Lord to just keep me afloat.
It's the entire block and entire neighborhood that this is happening to.
Nothing.
Just keep praying.
Now, let me back up. Real quick. She said Delaware County, Pennsylvania. Who runs Pennsylvania? The Democrats. Okay, I was going to let y'all know this, but they got sanctuary cities for the immigrants. That's what they got, sanctuary for them. But for us, they doing us wrong in these cities. Okay, let's continue.
Nowhere to go, no help, nothing.
Just keep praying and asking.
Harris County, that's Houston and the surrounding areas. It's all Democrat. Letting you know that. Texas, Republican state, but Harris County is one of the largest counties in the state of Texas. And this is a black woman in our community that's dealing with the same problem.
I want to just keep me afloat.
It's the entire block. And
Brooklyn, New York, who's a congresswoman over there, Yvette Clarke, she's not worried about this brother. She's worried about immigration. She wants more immigrants in her district.
Entire neighborhood that this is happening to.
You bought that home with dreams of this idea of passing it on generation to generation.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to that dream now?
It still makes me emotional. It's just hard, very hard.
Let's go back to that toward the end. This should not be happening, right? But you got so-called black leadership. Let's play that again.
With dreams of this idea of passing it on generation to generation.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to that dream now?
Sister said it died. The dream died. Okay? It died. She's crying. I mean, look at in her position. 70 years old. You and your husband work hard your whole life to buy a home. And in the twilight years, what you work so hard for, imagine you paying your home, you got the title deed, you got it all in your hand. You know, you raised your children in that home. You had your grandchildren, done a lot of things in that home. And then everything you work hard for, you can lose for $3,500 or $4,000 or $5,000 because, you got sick. You got sick. And this is allowed. Now, give me a second. Give me a second. I'm telling you, when you're talking about scamming, that's the biggest scam I've ever seen in my life. Property taxes. I thought that was always the biggest scam. Y'all want to talk about the scammers? They are low rate scammers. Let's go with things you think is, I think this is a scam. You pay your home off. You pay it completely off. And if you get sick or something happens when you can't pay property taxes, a home that can be worth $200,000, $300,000, $500,000, whatever it's worth, $600,000. Somebody could come there and say at an auction and buy your home for $10,000. That woman's home was sold actually for $14,000. $14,000. That is nothing. Pennies on the dollar. Brothers and sisters. And it's because this country has always been about stealing property from people. It's always been on that. We lost millions and millions of acres of land as Black Americans. Our people are going homeless. This is happening to everybody all across the country. Remember, they showed the one sister in Pennsylvania, the one sister down here in the Houston area, and the other brother in Brooklyn. This is what's happening to our people. And we got all this leadership, but yet you don't hear Tiffany Cross talking about this or Angela Rye talking about these issues that's happening to Black Americans. They want to worry about Trump all day. Man, Trump gonna be out of there in a few years, and that's the end of Trump. We got issues and problems that's going on right now. On top of that, we being priced out in the cities. They overinflate the price of homes. And that's that they can justify rate. Think about it. That's a scam. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna say, your home is worth $500,000. Like, no, it's not. Yeah, I say it is. I'm white and I say so. I say it is. So now your property taxes now is $7,000. I can't afford that. My house is already paid off. What are you talking about? Well, if you don't pay it, I'm gonna have to take it, buddy. That's a scam. That's scamming. You got a vehicle. You paid it off. You got the title in hand. They can tell you you can't drive a vehicle you own because you don't have a registration sticker. They can tell you you're supposed to have rights. Well, your driver's license is a privilege. It's not a right. I pay taxes for every last one of these roads. I pay taxes for the DMV. I pay taxes for the police. I pay taxes for everything. You telling me you can tell me when I can drive. Now, not saying that I can't drive because I'm not safe. That's one thing. But you telling me I can't drive? Well, you know, we have to approve you to have a passport. What are you talking about? How are we really free? You got to prove for me that I can leave the country when I get good and ready to? All this is a scam. It's all a scam. And when I seen this report, I said this before and I say it again. It's going to be a day that I'm going to get some stuff outside this place. And I'd be glad to go to it. You know why? Because the older I get, the more I see the scam in this country. It's a big scam. Then the freaking food is horrible. How is it that when I went to Ethiopia, I didn't even have time to go to the gym and I lost 3 pounds? And we were eating. We were not missing no meals. And I checked the scale when I get back and I lost weight. That don't supposed to happen. In America, if you don't go to the gym or eating like that, you gain 5-10 pounds because the food is horrible. But they run around here talking about they the best country on the planet Earth, but you can't even keep your people healthy with food because you let these corporations put poison in our food to make people bloated and have inflammation and you know, high fructose corn syrup. When that came in the 1970s, it spiked up obesity by 300% versus cane sugar. Because it was cheaper to do high fructose corn syrup than it is cane sugar. Cane sugar is one of the products that made this country very rich, along with tobacco and other things. These people have ruined this country. These people claim they got high IQs, but you trillions of dollars in debt. And they doing more and more, like even when you talk about the maps here in Texas, all that's about scamming, rigging, and being underhanded. That's how they were from the beginning. And let me tell you something, a tiger don't change his stripes. A tiger do not change his stripes. We need to be taking that same energy and applying this. Like I said before, the fight is in your city, that city council, that mayor, about getting registered to vote and getting people in there that's going to actually do right by black people. But what a lot of you do, you don't vote in your local elections. You rather wait till the president. The president can't do nothing about your local community. Trump not going to do nothing. Kamala wouldn't do nothing about your local community. Y'all really think the president is a king or a queen? That's not the way it works. Do y'all know our government isn't ran by a king? Now, if it's ran by a king, then yeah, whatever the king say, that's what it goes. That's not the way it works. You have a mayor. You have a city council. You got to go to them for local issues. Okay, then you got the state government. The governor definitely has a lot of power in those states. The governor can remove a mayor if he or she is bad enough to get removed. They can remove prosecutors. They can remove a lot. You got the state laws that come into play. Your governor is the most powerful person in your state. He's like the president, basically, of your state. They just call him governor here. The president, of course, he's over the whole country, yes, and definitely international affairs, the military, and working with Congress and all of that. It's a checks and balance system, supposedly. It's a checks and balance system, even though we don't really have that anymore, right? But a lot of people really, that's why they come out so much for the president election, but they don't come out for their local elections. You see people get voted in for like 4,000 or 5,000 votes in some local elections. Some mayor races I've seen, only 30,000 people come out and vote for the mayor. And it's hundreds of thousands of people in the town, but only 30,000 people voted. Then you want to complain when the mayor start doing stuff to you. Did you get out and vote for the person you wanted, bruh? No, the problem is a lot of people are too politically lazy. A lot of you are politically lazy. And you don't complain till things happen. Now you want to get involved. Then if you're younger, you don't want to get involved at all. Your local elections is the most important election. Even if you don't vote in that presidential election ever, you say, I ain't voting for that mess. You better be looking at your local election a lot more than your presidential election. That's affecting you, man. Now, Ursa say, I really can't stand these so-called black leaders. Okay, I'm with you. What are you going to do to change it? What are we going to do as a community to change it? What are we going to do? That's why I was getting aggravated. I'm like, we're sitting up here wasting our time online all day talking about an immigrant that had to flee over here, and we got some real problems in Black America. Once again, they need to worry about ducking ice. We not their problem. I told my wife that too. I said, man, like I said, I couldn't deal with that. It's like you pay something off and then they can take it from you. And then when you get to certain ages, you get a reduction in taxes, but you're not completely clear. Well, didn't y'all claim y'all ran from the king over there in Europe because y'all didn't want to pay taxes, and you doing more taxes now than what you did when the king had on your silly behind? But once again, that's just how these people get down. So sure, you could downsize. You say, well, I downsize my house to reduce my taxes. Well, here's the thing. You can do that. But remember this scammy system, this I'm white and I say so system? Well, maybe your home now is only worth $145,000, but I say your home's worth $350,000. So now you're going to pay taxes for that. That's how they get you out your home, black people. That's them stealing your land all over again. They're not doing midnight rides anymore and beating you up and trying to get you out your home with the Klan. No. That's not the way it's done. Now it's done through the administrative state. I'm going to raise the taxes up and I'm going to gentrify you. Because corporations will be like, you know what? I want that whole black community. What you going to do to get them out? Well, what we can do is you have to wait maybe till next year. And when we're going to appraise the homes, we know the average income of these people is maybe about $35,000 a year. We know that. So we're going to price the taxes at the point of someone that makes $100,000 a year. They can't afford it. They'll start losing their homes. Then you just start getting the homes at the auction one by one, and then you'll be able to get that land that you want. Okay, cool, no problem. That's okay. I'll wait on that. I'll let y'all do what you're gonna do. And that's it. It is that corrupt. If y'all think it's not corrupt, please. It is calculated corruption. And these black politicians are in on it. Have they ever went blown the whistle? No. What black politician have you ever seen when blown the whistle on anything that they heard what was going on? At least, let me give praise and props to people like Sister Jessica Jackson and Danny C and them and all of them that go up to, and I don't know what Sister Carter Trust and where she's at, and Brother Mark and all of them that was, Afro Elite goes up there too. At least they go up there to the Chicago City Council and they there every time and they standing on business. I'm so proud of those brothers and sisters. Chicago, I told y'all, I'm so proud of y'all. Tyrone Muhammad, I'm so proud of y'all brothers and sisters over there because y'all are defending your city. That's how all black people need to move. If y'all want to have an idea, say, how can we start taking responsibility in our cities to stop this from happening? You go look at what they're doing in Chicago and you model that. You have enough model right there. Y'all need some help? Call those brothers and sisters, say, hey, how did y'all organize that? Is it like, they have no problem talking to you. All of them. I've talked to Sister Jessica Jackson. That sister on fire about black people. Brother Tyrone, and I just did an interview with him. I gotta get that, the finished edited and all that. Brother Tyrone Muhammad, he's on fire for black people. You always have. Tyrone went bust windows out for black people for being disrespectful in the Asian nail shops, and Tyrone has done a lot for black people in Chicago. We got people in the cities that's doing some of the work, but it needs to be done all over. We ain't got time to be roasting people by being musty. We got to defend our people. And I know some of them are musty. I know. Lord, I know. Let me tell you a quick musty story if you want to hear it. I was in the Kroger yesterday, me and my little girl, and they had these two brothers. I know they was West African. And we passed by them, and oh, Lord, the must. My little girl like, they musty. I'm like, I know it's a musty, it's a nuisance. I know. We need to get them some deodorant. I know. We got to teach them. It's just that's not the way we operate in America, is being musty. But we got bigger fish to fry, okay? I know must is a public nuisance, but we got bigger fish to fry. All right, Roger Marine says, I'm semi-retired. I'm selling my home and will go to Asia or maybe back to Trinidad. He said, I'm tired of these taxes and insurance. I've talked to people that have done that. I've talked to people that's been here for their Caribbean, African, and either black American. I remember the last brother I talked to in Costa Rica. He a black American. He said, hey, brother, look, I fought for America. I fought for my people for years, okay? I've been to jail for my people and all kind of things for my people. And he said, you know what? I was tired of them. Not my people, he said, but just the way they get down. He said, I'm here in Costa Rica. I'm cool. I'm chill. I go over there, visit my family and friends, spend a week or two with them, and I'll come my happy self right back to Costa Rica. That's what that brother told me. I'm like, man, he looks so happy. He looks so happy. He chilling. Because it gets to a point where, oh, you can't flee. Let me tell you something. Everybody got to retire. Michael Jordan didn't play forever. He had to retire. LeBron, he going to have to retire here shortly. Nobody plays forever. Nobody going to fight forever. That's not life. God didn't call you to fight all your life. God called you to rest too. And pass that baton to other people. I told y'all, when my time is up fighting this stuff, I'm done. I can do content all day long, but I'll be done with it. Because they got people like Minister Farrakhan. He sit up here and fought for everybody. Forever. And in the end, look, some in my opinion, black folks are worse off now than what they were even when he was talking in his prime. And Minister Farrakhan put in the work for black people. And look at how black folks are today, worse off. Like, how y'all had Farrakhan and all them people in the Dr. Khalid Muhammad and Claude Anderson and John Henry. Y'all had so many people out here. And you worse off today than when they were when they was around. It gets old. Okay, all right. So you said normally cities don't want to be landlords. It's not about. You say you say he almost 90. Yeah, the minister almost 90 years old. Yeah, the minister fought. I remember he made that his speech, say the swan song. He said, I'm not talking to y'all no more. He said, I said enough, which he has. He don't have to say nothing. I mean, you want to hear what he got to say? It's thousands of videos out there, Mr. Farrakhan. Thousands. You go do what he said in them other videos. He don't need to say nothing new. That's why I told y'all not getting another charismatic figure, and not like that, because you didn't listen. And I tell y'all all the time, when I be out of here, I don't even think about America. I don't think about it. I be enjoying myself. I don't think about these folks. I don't think about nothing. And the time gonna come where I want to be on permanent like that. I ain't gonna lie with you. It's gonna come a time. I'll say I'm not saying I wouldn't want to do it. I hire other people to do it. I say you can keep up with that. You can report on all that. I don't want to do it no more. Hey, the AI, if AI can do it, I'm gonna get to my point with it. It gets old. But for now, I still enjoy it. So I'm still with y'all. I'm not done yet. You say, okay. You say Cincinnati folks standing on business. Okay. Yes, they had a right to self-defense. I agree with you. But how black folks are living in Cincinnati? How are black folks losing their homes in Cincinnati? What's happening with black folks there? It's easy. Listen, it's easy to fight with white folks on that level. That's not hard for us to do. Okay, we're better fighters. Let's call it what it is. We're better fighters. So us whipping up on them, we already know we better fighters, and we just got that heart for that. But how's our people living in Cincinnati? Who's representing the most homeless population in Cincinnati? Is it us? Because according to research, we're the most homeless out of anybody nationally. See, that's the conversations we need to start having and start addressing the real issues of our economic plight and what these people do to scam us out of our homes, have us homeless, put us in situations where you got to commit crime to eat. Because not everybody committing crime out here just be committing crime. Some people doing it to eat. You understand? We got to address the real issues and problems in our cities and across America. As I said before, you fled from your homeland, you really can't tell me much of nothing. I'm more successful. I guess you are if this is the first time you actually had running water and lights on 24/7 and internet that works all the time and a cell phone that works all the time. I guess you are. I mean, in your view, you are successful. I mean, that's nothing to us. And the reason why I say that is because I've been to your countries. I know what your load shedding is. I know that you don't have internet all the time. I know some people got to still go build water in 2025. I know this. So yeah, it's a flex for you. I get it. I'm not mad at you. Flex with it. But for us, it's just normal. And we got other things to talk about. You getting an education, okay, fine. That's great. We built educational institutions. We've not just got degrees. So listen, sometime the reason why I'm telling y'all this about that argument with immigrants constantly is because, bro, like, we're above that. We've done more. We've created institutions. We've created lasting inventions. We've done it. We've done things these people haven't even touched. Why are we? It's like the argument from a giant to a flea. That like, why? Why would a giant argue with a flea? It doesn't even make sense. The giant got to look down to argue with and bend down to argue with the flea. That's how it looks. What did you say? Illegal immigration is the biggest impediment to that improving? Illegal immigration is a problem, But illegal immigrants had nothing to do with why that sister lost her home. It's an issue, but it's not the issue why black people losing their homes. That's your black misleadership class and working with the folks. That's what that is. And that's why I'm telling you, keep the main thing on the main thing. Yeah, white folks want to focus on illegal immigration. It is an issue. It is an issue, but illegal immigrants and get her out of her home. Black folks help with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the stream tonight. Really appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the like button. And make sure to catch us tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on the platform. Make sure to check out all of the content that's uploaded here. I know Emma just uploaded a great interview. I saw. That was pretty good. And everybody's covering different stories here. So check everything out. We put all this work in for y'all so y'all can get the news from America to the continent of Africa to the Caribbean. We're trying to cover it all for y'all, right? That's part of what we do here. So thank you.